At the end of pool play in the Under-24 World Championships, Japan women are by far the most dominant team at the tournament. They finished the pool stage undefeated with a goal difference of plus 75, letting no more than 4 goals pass them in any one game. Yes, they were in arguably the weaker of the two pools, but it's difficult to argue with such a dominant performance, and they surely have their eyes set on making the final and potentially taking the gold medal. On offense, they play a typically Japanese style, often choosing to play a short vertical stack, particularly when on the sideline. Cuts come from the front, and they look to either hit tight inside break throws or swing the disc to the far side. They sometimes play horizontal stack as well, particularly from the middle of the field, and plenty of fast break offense too. As you might expect, they like to go for precise deep shots and big crossfield throws that are typical of Japanese teams, but they are also very good at keeping the disc moving and completing lots of short passes. Their zone offense in particular has been extremely impressive, as well as their endzone offense being happy to dump and swing as long as they need to. The real story of this team, however, is their defense. They have not been as clinical as you might expect on offense, but that's no problem if you can get the disc back as easily as they've been able to. They play a mixture of match and zone defense, both of which are stifling and difficult to play against in the windy Nottingham conditions. They try to get teams to throw more passes than they're comfortable with, often choosing to force downfield players towards the disc and then come in with big run-through and layout blocks, as well as picking off any loose discs that the offense throws. When teams try to put big discs up against them, they always have players underneath it, making life difficult for the receivers. It's safe to say that no team has figured out how to play against Japan yet, but they're sure to face tougher tests in bracket play. We can't wait to see how well they do, but until then, here are some of Japan's best moments from the tournament so far.
Required to move it around the back, although GB being pushed into Callahan County. Emily Hill decides to play perhaps a little bit of chuck it and hope, but that's not going to come back in bounds. A very difficult pull though, getting us underway, and Japanese with a bit of a miscue there, and a really fabulously deep pull from Great Britain.
That is fantastic pitch positioning, a really good advantage for GB's defense.
Slicing throws over the top though. We know that the Japanese style relies on pinpoint accuracy with the disc, and lovely flow across the far side, using those delicate breaks beautifully. Big shot going up, sitting and hanging. Just a little jump over the line though, and that's going to be a first. Takada moving us across. Nasu. Lovely form on the around breaks, the pivots low.
The GB lot were on the disc themselves at the front of the end zone. They were doing so well, in whilst it was taking them quite a while through the stall count to get any sort of passes generated. That was a risky biscuit.
Well, I tell you what, on the run are Japan women. This would finish us off for the game. Oh, and it's an uncontested pass.
Faced in a lot of the other games.
Japan find a gap and move it through the middle. No longer stuck on that end zone line. Sogabe, Nasu, Takada, back to Nasu in the middle, back to Takada, bit of give and go. Mamiya, Nasu, back to Takada, Nasu again. Japan just happy to recycle it through those handlers until they find that gap in the middle, just on the end zone line.
Position and coming up the downfield lanes as well.
Katagiri leads out with that backhand. Excellent take, high take from Kita, who opens up her arm, puts that disc out, knocking at the door. Small dish to Katagiri. And that low inside. Iona. Japan now seeking to put this one in. It goes high, and that one's well. Japan, disc in hand, looking to close this game out.
You see it a lot after those contested stalls. Just try and put it deep and see if you can get someone to make a play. Japan were ready and waiting.
really using the momentum now, not giving anyone a chance to get set, and that is it. Straight into the hands of Kushida. Japan closed this game out 15-4.